But they had a discussion regarding international shipping, and John had mentioned turning off international shipping would increase local sales. Now, there really is no data yet for this, but then somebody came on, I guess one of the commenters said, yeah, I turned mine off and, my sales increased by 40%. Okay, well, that's great, but that's pretty bold to say it, but I'm not really convinced unless you've done some sort of A/B testing and you've tested two exact items, one with international shipping, one without, and you've tested a whole bunch of them and enough to kind of give you at least a decent sample, right? To be able to do that, to be able to say, yes, it works, yes, it doesn't. So I kind of like threw it off and said, no, I'm not going to do it because I get 3 to 5 international sales a month, usually 3 to 5, somewhere in that range. Anyway, so I got to thinking about it and thinking, well, that seems kind of silly unless we've done something, but I had a hypothesis. And I actually was talking with Sherry about it last night, and she kind of thought maybe the same thing. So I thought, well, when eBay deals out your listings, right? If you took this market and it was this big, and let's say I'm trying to spread it evenly across that whole market, that's national, international, and everything. The chances are that the majority of people, even though they might be pushing it out to everybody, the majority of people that would probably be more interested might be the national buyers, right? The locals, the US. Your pool might still be pretty large on the international side, but the propensity for them to buy would be a lot less, right? So I got to thinking about that and I thought, well, there is an imbalance there probably. And if I'm trying to spread that across the whole group by reducing that sample size down to just the national, you might have an increase in sales. And think about it, if you were promoting and they were trying to promote you across, they could be promoting you across all different markets, including international. And if the international just isn't interested, I mean, if they're not interested in, well, say for instance, I bought some Irish Spring soap while I was in Iowa, because it sells, and if you get the original stuff, it sells. Cutting off that market is making your market a little bit more concise, and you're dealing across those people that probably have a higher possibility of buying, because you think about it, right? Of all the sales you make, if I made 250, 300 sales last month, and I only did 3 international sales, that's a pretty small percentage. If you took that small percentage out and applied that over there, would you increase it? Maybe. What do you guys think?